Hi, Capricorn. This is your monthly reading for the month of February for Sun, Moon, and Rising. Please keep in mind that this is a general reading and this will not resonate for every single Capricorn out there. All right, you guys. So let's see what's happening for my Capricorns for the month of February. Okay. Huh. So Capricorn. We got the Hangman, the Two of Wands, the Seven of Swords, the Knight of Cups, the Nine of Swords, the Chariot, the Hierophant, and the Two of Swords. And then we have the Ace of Cups. Actually, I feel like there's something else. All right. The Star, and then the Three of Wands. And then we have the Tower. So I feel like Capricorns, a lot of you guys lately have been either, for the month of February, what I'm kind of seeing is, for some of you, you guys have been really focusing a lot more on the past, but you've been kind of trying to look at the past in a different way now. And for a lot of you, you have like an option between, it's really hard to explain. It's like you're deciding if you really want to stay in the past or move forward in a way. Because I feel like there was a lot of lying and a lot of sneaking around and a lot of people not being very honest and being open emotionally. And I think that this kind of left some of my Capricorns to question yourselves. This kind of left a lot of you guys feeling used and kind of feeling like you were a fool. And then you beat yourself up over it, and then maybe a lot of you after that start to worry about your decision making. You start to kind of doubt yourselves more and more. You start to realize that you were lacking in confidence. But like a lot of you guys have decided that even though I feel like you're still somewhat in that Nine of Swords energy, it feels like you guys are still moving past it. You're still pushing yourself forward. I think a lot of you guys are focusing on different types of commitments now. Maybe you view commitments in a different way, and I think that that is also something that you're kind of reevaluating. I think for the month of February for some of you guys is, what is it that I'm committed to and why am I committing myself to this? It doesn't even have to be a relationship, because I'm feeling like for a lot of you guys, it's everything. So you might be like, wow, I'm committed to this career, but I don't know if I really want to continue pursuing it. And so you start questioning that kind of commitment. Maybe your love life is okay, but maybe your family life, some of your family members, maybe you're questioning why you're committed to them just because they're like relatives or blood, right? So it's like you're questioning all of these things that you commit your energy to, your time to, and your efforts into. And I think that that's what a lot of you guys are kind of at. So you're in this in between where you're deciding what to cut out and what not to cut out, because you're wanting to heal now. And I think the reason why was because you were waiting for something to come towards you. It's almost like you were waiting for somebody or something to apologize or to somehow correct itself. And I feel like a lot of you guys were waiting for a while and you decided to just take matters into your own hands. For a lot of you, you just decided that, you know what, it's time to get my own closure and move forward in this. Yeah, see, a lot of you guys tried to take your emotions out of it. It feels like a lot of you guys were really emotionally invested into this, and I think that because for some of you guys, this has been happening for a while. The deceit, or like this connection has ended for a while. Like for some of you, this is like an ex-partner that you haven't quite gotten over, or you're working through the issues because maybe this person played. I'm really sensitive. This person played a lot of mind games. This person really closed themselves off emotionally. And I feel like for a lot of you guys, that was something that was just, it made you guys feel kind of ashamed in a way. Like you got tricked and you felt stupid or gullible. And you beat yourselves up over it, and then you become emotionally attached to the outcome or to the situation. And so I feel like a lot of you guys are learning to try and detach from your emotions and try and look at it from a more rational standpoint, a more logical point of view. Or maybe that's how you, like for some of you guys, that could be how you've always come about it too. Maybe you've always just numbed yourself out. For some of you guys, you're just super emotional about it and you couldn't like get past that. And for others of you, you guys closed off your emotions and you became hardened by it, but you still like know that there is a block there and you need to release that, but you're afraid to. So it's like I'm getting different types of Capricorn, just different type of people here. So take whatever resonates. See, I think that this person was leading you to think that, like, this person kind of made you feel like this individual had, like, an option. And maybe they were married or committed somewhere else for some of you. But this person was a fast talker, really good at flirting. But they always seem to, like, be having a lot on their plate or always be busy or juggling or doing something. Like, you just really wasn't a priority. And it made a lot of you guys have to walk away emotionally. Or you've just try your hardest to walk away. I feel like a lot of you guys are changing the way you're viewing the connection or viewing the way it once was. And I think a lot of you guys are kind of starting to see it more like a blessing in a way. But yes and then no. Because sometimes you guys are blocking yourself again with that Nine of Swords. With that Hierophant when it comes to commitments. When it comes to tradition, or when it comes to wanting a particular way of living. I feel like a lot of you guys, you start to doubt yourself again. You start to question yourself. But then you tell yourself you should be over this already. Like you force yourself to try and, like, you either just deny your emotions when they come up, or you try to distract yourself. So you're never really sitting in your emotions, Capricorn. And I think that's what's kind of coming up for you guys for the month of February. Is you guys really need to sit down and really feel your emotions. Allow yourself to kind of like essentially grieve how you're feeling. Because I think this person left with a lot of conflict and really made you feel like you were not the better option. Like this person could have really hurt you or put you in a situation where it just made you feel small. Like you didn't have much say. This person played a lot of mind games with you. They weren't very stable and they made you feel unstable. I think for a lot of you guys, you thought you had happiness with this person, but it's almost like you kind of got swept up in it, and that's what you realize you need to heal. It's like you're mourning the part of you that felt genuine feelings. Like you feel like this person almost wasn't capable of loving you. This person always leaves you out in the cold. They always pick fights and arguments. And sometimes they say things that just seem to push your buttons. But it's almost like this person kind of started to ice you out after a while. Like you guys aren't talking. Maybe that's how they once were. And now you guys, because with that 3 of Wands, I feel like you're waiting. And I feel like you're looking at the past. Because I feel like this person is kind of just like isolated you. Not communicating, really. And if they are, it's like cold and cruel. Because I feel like for a lot of you guys, it's left in another situation where somebody else got involved. And it doesn't have to be romantically, but something else got involved. And I think a lot of you guys hold on to the past because your self-worth was tied up in this connection. You believed that it's almost like you let this person determine your value. And because of that, it's almost like you're at the mercy of this person now because you gave away your power. You let this person just dictate when to be around you, when not to be around you. Like what they can get out of you, what they can't get out of you. It's like you kind of almost let this person kind of walk all over you, essentially. And I think for a lot of you guys, it was because you wanted to cooperate with this person because you could see yourself having a life with this individual. And I think that, you know, in a way, it's like you didn't see the red flags, that it was really not going anywhere. And I think a lot of you guys kind of knew that deep down inside, which is why I think a lot of you guys beat yourselves up, which doesn't help the situation. Because what I'm kind of getting is like, this made you a better person in a way. This kind of taught you how to be stronger and also how to start. I think you're starting to kind of figure out your own worth. You're on the way of more of self-discovery because of the wounds that this person brought up. I feel like, yeah, like this is going to be kind of like a bittersweet moment for a lot of you guys when you really find your own sense of closure. I feel like for a lot of you guys, you're really going to be kind of living in the past in the month of February, just really focusing on things and kind of looking at things in a different perspective than maybe you once did. And I'm really getting that a lot of you guys are going to see the facade and how this person was playing you along and how perhaps even you were wearing a facade. You know, I think that a lot of you guys are going to see the gift in this connection, why it was here to teach you, and it was here to teach you self-worth. And for you to release. So I feel like that's going to be something that's really going to make more sense, I guess, in the future for some of you guys. We also have service and enlightenment. So I believe that everybody always will have like forms of enlightenment throughout your life, really getting like those moments of like, oh, that's why this happened to me kind of a moment. And I feel like you're going to see past whatever this person's trickery was. And I think that that's when you're going to realize what you do want. Because I think that a lot of you guys have been tricked or been denied parts of the things that you wanted for so long that now you're going to be like, you know what, this is actually what I want and I'm not going to settle. And you have to learn to work through the guilt. Because sometimes we feel guilty for the things we want. We feel guilty for the abundance that we get. We have to learn to appreciate everything that comes to us because we deserve to have good things. We deserve for things to happen for us. And I think that for a lot of you guys, that's been something that has been kind of plaguing a lot of my Capricorns' lives, is not knowing how to receive, always being of service to other people. And now it's time to learn to get your abundance, learn to appreciate the things that are in your life. Because the things that will fall away you're going to get something so much better to replace it. I feel like a lot of you guys have had a rigid mindset about this particular situation because, again, I feel like there was a lot of hurt, a lot of backstabbing, like there was a sense of betrayal here. And I think a lot of you guys ended up kind of hardening yourself to the situation because I don't think somebody was willing to co-create. Somebody wasn't willing to work something out. And that caused a lot of issues, a lot of friction. And I feel like for a lot of you guys, you kind of had to learn to become more flexible in the way that you're perceiving this. Instead of trying to look at it like it's a bad thing. Because we also got unfinished symphony, so a lot of you guys feel like there's still a lot left unsaid, still a lot of things to do. But that still being said, a part of you guys feel like it's still time to go. Because I think a lot of you guys have waited long enough for this person to come back. And I think a lot of you guys are like, I'm going to live my life. I can't wait for this person. It's time to go. But a part of you guys still kind of hope that it'll kind of correct itself. A lot of you maybe just want an apology, you know, just something to kind of have this person prove or show that, you know, they acknowledge the pain that you experienced. But I feel like that's something that you're really kind of going to have to come to your own terms with. We also have building blocks, but it came out like that. And I really feel like for a lot of you guys, you have to kind of rebuild the foundation because I feel like that this person gave you a fake foundation. And I think that that's something else that you're going to come to an enlightenment about was how this person didn't put the work in, but you did. And you put so much work and effort into building a relationship or building this foundation, but it doesn't take one person, it takes two to do it properly, to really have a steady foundation. And I feel like for a lot of you guys, you're going to realize that it was like you built your sand castle too close to the shoreline, and it's like it was never meant to last. And that was there to teach you what true value is. The partners that you choose, the people that you surround yourselves with, Capricorn, what is your true value? And is this person really worth the effort? You know, you always thought to yourself that maybe you were not as worthy because maybe this person led you to believe that you weren't as special. But in the end, it's like maybe you should have reevaluated it and asked the question and reframe it and say, actually, was this person, it's not that I'm better than anybody, but was this person really worth the investment that I put in? Do I not know the difference between quality, you know? And maybe kind of explore that and realize that, you know, maybe you downgraded when you could go for a lot higher. So it's kind of like that's what I'm really getting for a lot of you guys is you're going to start to see more of your worth in the month of February, but I feel like it's going to be kind of a touch and go. All right. So we have ease. It's easy for me to receive. It's easy for me to receive. It's easy for me to receive. And that's what I was saying. With that abundance card, you guys really need to learn to be more open to receiving the abundance that you guys are getting. We have right now, stay in the present and don't get too far ahead of the flow. You'll soon trust that nothing more will come than can be handled each moment. So just know that you can handle every moment that comes through, that you don't have to try and outdo time or try and get ahead of yourself. It's okay where you're at. Just take it day by day. We have extraordinary. There's a wild and impetuous uniqueness to you that deserves to be honored. And that's what I was thinking. A lot of you guys are going to start to see yourself as more, not like high maintenance necessarily, but like you're going to not take the scraps anymore that people give you. You're going to expect more from people because you're giving more. So we have grief. Tears are what happens when the ice in the heart melts. So that's what I was saying. Oh my goodness, I didn't even know this because I just got this deck. So I had no idea that this was even the thing. But remember how I was saying that it was like you or this person, you guys kind of iced over your heart. And it's like maybe you guys just need to cry because for a lot of you guys, I feel like you did block your heart. And you might have just done it to love, you know? Divine source is the ideal that no person, place, or thing is a salvation, only love itself. So it's like learning to have to grieve over the love that you actually felt for somebody and knowing that, you know, love isn't always based off of a person or a place. It's just itself. Love is an emotion, you know? And you always will have love in you because what you feel for another person is what you ultimately already feel inside of yourself. So I feel like a lot of you guys are coming to yourselves here, Capricorn, and you're really healing through some past pain and past issues. Just be kind to yourself and allow yourself to take the time to heal because time has, like, grieving has no time frame, healing has no time frame, and it's okay to allow it to go for as long as it needs. Just don't stay in the misery. Try to push yourselves forward, you know? So that's what I have for my Capricorns for the month of February. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I hope you guys have a great and wonderful day. Thank you. Bye.